Hello, this is Talon with Old Guy Stuff. I'm a retired math teacher and I'm going to show you a mental math exercise on how to usually square numbers that end with a 5. And this method was taught to me by a fellow math teacher I worked with for many years named Miss Espinoza. So here's an example, 25 squared. Now I've got this memorized, but 25 squared, you ought to be able to quickly come up with 625. Okay, but I'm going to show you how we do this, how this works. Here's the concept. Any number in 5 where n represents a number and not a variable. Now, we are going to be varying the numbers, but as a variable, we would multiply it by 5. And in this case, we're not going to multiply by 5. Okay, so we just want to kind of keep that in mind. We will not be multiplying by 5. So first, let's consider how our answers will end. Since the last digit is a 5, when we square it, our answer is going to end with a 25. Okay. And second, since the number preceding the 5 is in, this is what we're going to do with it. We're going to make this little equation and just memorize it mentally. You're going to multiply that number times the next higher whole number. That's it. So to show you how this is going to work. When I got 15 squared, okay, I know my answer is going to end with a 25. And I'm going to take this 1 and I'm going to multiply it by the next number on the number line, next whole number, which is 2. 1 times 2 is 2. So 15 squared is 225. 35 squared is going to end with a 25. And the next number higher on a number line than a 3 would be a 4. So we multiply 3 times 4, we're going to get 12. So 1,225 would be the answer to 35 squared. And you can get to where you can do this faster than you can type it in on a calculator. So that's the cool thing about it. So here's some practice problems. First of all, I know everything's going to end with a 25. Just do this side for now. Okay, so 4 is going to be multiplied by the next number, which is 5. 4 times 5 is 20. So I got 2,025. 6 is going to be multiplied by the next number, 7. 6 times 7 is 42. 4,225. 9 is going to be multiplied by 10. That gives me 90. 9,025. Over here on the right side, okay, everything's going to end with the 25. Now, this is a 2-digit number. We're going to multiply that 2-digit number times the next higher number. So 11 times 12 is 132. 20 times 21 is 420. And this will be 32 times 33. But if you already know that 32 times 32 is 1,024, you can just add 32 to that and get 1,056. Which case I turn that into an addition problem because I already know 32 squared mentally. Okay, so I get 105,625. That is it. That is the whole thing. And you can use this for anything where you've got to square numbers that end with a 5. And like here's one I hadn't thought about saying, but I'll go ahead and do this. So say I've got the number like 7.5 and I'm going to square that. Well, that's like saying 75 squared, but can end with a 0.25. And this will be 7 times 8, which is 56. So you can do this with decimals too. It doesn't have to be a whole number. You can do it with the decimals. So I'd like to say thank you to Miss Espinoza for showing this trick to me many years ago. This is Talon with Old Guy Stuff. Hit like and subscribe. I've got a video coming up very soon about how all this ties in with a concept they used in the Babylonian Empire about almost 4,000 years ago, which is not taught in any of the math books anymore, but it's actually one of the best concepts and skills a person can use, especially with regards to factoring and quadratic equations. So, hit like and subscribe. Have a safe, happy, peaceful, wonderful day, and goodbye.